Welcome. Today we are going to learn Bless Me Ultima. Bless Me Ultima is a novel written by Rudolfo Anaya. It is his first novel and published in 1972. It is the story of Antonio Maris, and this novel is a trilogy. Trilogy means it is a series of 3 books. The other 2 books are Heart of Astley and Tortug. Let's check the major characters of this novel. First one is Antonio Juan Maris. This Antonio Juan Maris is the protagonist and narrator of the novel. Antonio is a young Chicano boy growing up in Guadalupe. The another character is Ultima. Ultima is an elderly curandera. Ultima has strange powers. She becomes Antonio's mentor and guide. Gabriel Maris. Gabriel Maris is Antonio's father. He is a former vaquero of Milano. The next character is Tenorio Trementina. Tenorio Trementina is the antagonist of the novel, and another character is Florence. Florence is Antonio's friend from town. Maria Luna Maris. Maria Luna Maris is Antonio's mother. And Narciso. Narciso is a huge man. He has the power to make plants grow. Sico. Sico is Antonio's friend. Andrew Maris. Andrew Maris is Antonio's brother, and Eugene Maris also his brother, and Leon Maris also Antonio's brother. So Antonio has 3 brothers. First one is Andrew Maris, and second one Eugene Maris, and Leon Maris. They are his brothers. And another character is Lupito. Lupito is a man from town, driven mad by his experience in the war. The another character is Samuel. Samuel is Antonio's wise friend. Father Burns. Father Burns is a priest. The Trementina sisters. The Trementina sisters are Tenorio's daughters. They are witches, or otherwise called brujas. And Petro Luna. Petro Luna is Antonio's uncle, that is Maria's brother. And Lucas Luna, also Antonio's uncle. And Prudencio Luna. Prudencio Luna is Maria's father. Then Tellus Gabriel. He is Antonio's friend from Milano. And Hose. Hose is Antonio's friend from town. And Bonds. Bonds is another boy from town. Annie. Annie is a boy. He dislikes Antonio. Abel. Abel is another boy. And Red. Red is also a boy. And Vitamin Kid. Vitamin Kid is a member of the gang of Antonio's friends. Lloyd. Lloyd is also a boy. Deborah Maris. Deborah Maris is Antonio's older sister. And Teresa Maris, Antonio's another sister. Chavez Jason. Chavez Jason is the sheriff's brother. Then Jason Chavez was Antonio's friend. Miss Maestas. Miss Maestas is Antonio's first school teacher, and Miss Violet is Antonio's another teacher. Rosie. Rosie is the owner of the town brothel. Vigil. Vigil is the town policeman. The Flying Man. The Flying Man is Antonio's legendary instructor who taught her magic. These are the major and minor characters in this novel. And now let's move on to the story of the novel Bless Me Ultima. So the novel opens with the narrator, Antonio, narrating and remembering that when he is 6 years old, Ultima comes to live with his family. As a child, he is lying in the bed and listening to his parents' discussion about Ultima. His father is Gabriel Maris. He is a vaquero. You know, vaquero means cowboy. So, Gabriel Maris is a vaquero of the Elano. His mother is Maria Luna Maris. She is from farming family, and Maria forced Gabriel to move from Milano to Guadalupe. Antonio is living in the town Guadalupe. Now his father rides away to fetch Ultima. And because Ultima is coming to live with Antonio's family, and now Antonio is sleeping, and he has a dramatic dream. In his dream, his soul flies over the landscape, and through a window, Antonio sees a mother has just given birth to a child. An old woman is attending her, but Antonio does not see the old lady's face. Antonio's uncle enters the dream room and tells the new mother as her baby will be a Luna and will keep her farming traditions. Soon after, the vaqueros comes into the room and announce that the baby will become a cowboy. They fight each other until the old woman stops them. Now the dream ends and Antonio wakes up from his dream. He is very sad because he will be going to school soon and he does not want to be separated from his mother. Meantime, Antonio's sisters Deborah Maris and Teresa Maris are asking questions to his mother about Ultima. Maria becomes angry and stops irritating her by asking unnecessary questions. Maria insists them as they must respect Ultima and call her as La Grande. Antonio asks Maria about his birth and his mother explains the day and says that Ultima was there when he born. Antonio's mother's words confirm that his dream is true. His mother tells Antonio that he is a Luna. Luna is Maria's family name and will grow up to be like her farmer brothers or else a priest. Now Antonio goes out to meet his friend Jason, but he is not there. Jason's mother says that he goes down the river to meet his Indian friend. So Antonio returns back to his house and walks in the garden with his mother. After some time, they hear the sound of Gabriel's truck. They all go up to meet Ultima. When Ultima steps from the truck, the children greet her formally, calling as La Grande. But when Ultima takes Antonio's hand, he feels a great power rushing through him. And Antonio sees the beautiful landscapes through her eyes. He calls her by her real name, and Maria rebukes him. But Ultima tells Maria that there is a special connection between her and Antonio. Antonio feels that Ultima is only one who knows his fate. Ultima says that she comes here to spend her last days in her life with him. Antonio says that he will protect her from death and never let her die. And Antonio smells the fragrance of many herbs surrounding Ultima. And Ultima brings her owl with her. At first, Antonio fears it, and soon he feels that it is a comforting and watchful presence. That night, Antonio dreams of the owl and the Virgin of Guadalupe gathering the children in limbo and flying them to heaven. Ultima easily joins with the family. She helps in housekeeping and becomes a companion for Maria. And Gabriel shares his ambition to Ultima as he wishes to move to California with his sons and working in the vineyards. Antonio wishes to be with Ultima and walk with her through the Illano. He learns about the beauty of earth, learns the names of herbs and animals from Ultima. One night, Owl cries a warning. Antonio looks out through the window and finds a dark figure moving towards the house. Antonio recognizes it as Chavez, Jason's father. Chavez informs Gabriel that Lupido has killed Chavez's brother. Chavez's brother is the town sheriff. Chavez explains the incident as the sheriff is sitting and drinking coffee when Lupido walks up and shoots him in the head. Chavez asks Gabriel's help to kill Lupido. They get their rifles and leave. Maria tries to lock the children, but Antonio slips and secretly follows them. They gathered on the bridge. Antonio hides in some brush. Antonio sees the killer, Lupido. Lupido has a gun in his hand. Lupido runs towards Antonio and disappears. He hides somewhere, but near to Antonio. Meantime, Vigil. Vigil is the policeman, and Vigil arrives and confirms the murder. The people says the policeman as they want to kill Lupito. At last, the people kill Lupito. Antonio is shocked and runs home. Antonio starts to cry. When he is near to his house, he hears the owl's song. It comforts Antonio. When Antonio reaches home, Ultima gives him some herbs to drink. Ultima tries to soothe Antonio by answering to his questions about Lupito's soul. Ultima says Antonio as he will learn the ways of men someday. Antonio falls asleep. And Antonio wakes up and thinks about Lupito's soul. He thinks about Lupito committed a moral sin, so he is probably in hell. Gabriel drinks and argues about religion, and he makes fun of priests as wearing skirts. Antonio hears a rumor that once Gabriel beat up a priest for preaching against something his father had done. Maria believes that priest leads the people in the right way, but Gabriel does not believe the priest. He always mocks priests. Antonio wonders how such contrary people got married. They get ready for the mass. Maria and Ultima wears black because lots of families lost their sons and husbands in the war. When the family walks down the road, people whispers about Ultima and calls her as Bruja. Antonio asks lots of questions about his father's soul, as how can he take the Holy Communion if he kills a man last night? Ultima says she does not think as Gabriel kills Lupito. But Antonio continues his questions to Ultima, and Ultima asks him to be patient. The church bell begins when they passes the Rosie's house. Rosie runs a brothel. In front of the church, Antonio meets his friends. They are also talking about the incident happened yesterday. Every morning, Ultima and Antonio gather herbs in the Ilano. Ultima teaches Antonio about the spirits of plants and tells the stories of ancient people. Antonio asks about his parents' family, asks why his parents' families are so different. Ultima says that the difference are in their blood. She explains us the Lunas are farmers and they are quiet and calm, but the Maris has wild blood. Ultima teaches about the herbs and the ancient Indians. While eating, the family discuss their annual trip to El Puerto to help Maria's brother with the harvest. Maria is pleased that they are soon moving to El Puerto. After dinner, Maria and Ultima prays to Virgin of Guadalupe. Antonio likes Virgin of Guadalupe. He believes that the Virgin of Guadalupe is so quiet and forgiving. On that night, Antonio dreams of the Virgin and he hears his mother is praying for her sons. She wants her older sons to come back home from the war and for Antonio to become a priest. As Antonio heads up to bed, he hears Ultima's owl promise that the brothers will return home safely. Next day, Pedro Luna arrives to take Antonio and his family to El Puerto. They have to travel 10 miles to reach El Puerto. Ultima goes with them. They reach Maria's hometown. She is so excited. Maria greets her father, Prudencio, and Ultima hugs Prudencio. They all enjoyed as they cook, tell stories, harvest chilies, apples, and other crops. And after that, they return back to Guadalupe. And now Antonio goes to school and it is his first day. Antonio is nervous as this is the first time he is going away from his mother's protection. Both Maria and Antonio are excited and sad. When having breakfast, Antonio's father talks about his dream to go to California. He does not like his job. Antonio's parents start to argue about whose tradition is best. After having breakfast, Antonio is getting ready to school. When he wears shoes, he feels strange after spending the summer barefoot. Antonio looks to Ultima for relief from this burden, but even Ultima's magic could not save him now. Antonio's sisters are also getting ready to go. Before the children go, Maria asks Ultima to bless the children. When Ultima places his hand on Antonio's head, he feels a whirlwind. He thinks about the evil spirits and wonders. Maria asks Ultima about Antonio's future. Ultima says that he will be a man of learning. The children go to school. When they are walking, Vitamin challenges him to race and Vitamin wins easily. They reach the school. Antonio is amazed by all the other children. Antonio asks for the first grade teacher to a boy. The boy guides him through the strange hallways to Miss Maesta's room. When he enters, his teacher asks his name. He says his name. He sits in the corner and Antonio's teacher writes Antonio's name on a piece of paper and asks him to practice writing. In a few hours, he learns to write his name. The first grade students have to eat their lunch at their desk. The other students laugh at him because they are eating sandwiches and Antonio has tortillas to eat. Antonio feels so sad and he runs outside the classroom. He eats his lunch outside. He misses his mother so he cannot eat much. He feels to run away and never come back. He sees two boys like him. They are from farmer family and they become friends. Maria is excited because she hears the good news that the World War II ends and her sons Andrew, Leon and Eugene are coming back home. That day Maria prays to Virgin for hours. Antonio dreams about his brothers as huge figures and he is at the river. He hears the voice calling his name. He calls out them, but they cannot see Antonio due to mist. Suddenly, Antonio hears a loud sound behind him. Antonio wakes up and sees the giant figures of his brothers looming him. Antonio runs outside and sees his brothers. They hug Antonio. Maria embraces them with joy. Gabriel shakes their hands and gives hugs. The whole family is very happy. Maria sheds tears and makes all pray to the Virgin. Gabriel talks about his dream to move his family to California to his sons. After sharing their warfield experience, they move to sleep. As the days passes, both parents are happy. Meanwhile, Antonio keeps learning. His teacher, Miss Meister, sent a message about his good progress, which pleases Maria. Spring season comes, everywhere greenish and blossoming. Happiness spreads in the Maris household. Antonio's brothers forget about their father's dream to move to California. The brothers are enjoying and spending money on alcohol and women. Their parents are worried about them. Their parents realize that the war changed and damaged the brothers, especially Leon, who wakes up howling from nightmares. Antonio sees a dream about his brothers and Rosie's house of sin or brothel. Antonio's brothers ask him to enter Rosie's house, but Antonio refuses to enter. Antonio says that he will preserve his innocence forever because he will become a priest. Antonio's brothers mock at him as even priests are men and says that one day Antonio will visit the brothel. Antonio cries. Ultima appears and says innocence exists in the Ilano among nature. Then she disappears. Antonio wakes up from his dream. Antonio's brothers are arguing with their parents. They do not want to work on the highway with their father and don't want to work as farmers like their mother's family. They wish to live and lead their life as their own wish. They don't want to follow their father's dream to go to California. Maria cries and blames Gabriel's family. Gabriel realized that without his sons, he cannot fulfill his dream. Next morning, Eugene Meres and Leon Meres leave. Do not consider their parents' dreams. Andrew stays back to finish his studies and gets a job at a market. Antonio is confused as which way he has to choose, how he is going to please his parents. Antonio learns to read and write that year. The principal says that he does well, so he is promoted to the third grade instead of second grade. Antonio is very happy because he learns the magic letters well. School ends for the summer. Antonio sees Samuel on the bridge. Samuel invites Antonio for fishing. Antonio agrees, even though he knows his mother will worry. After fishing, Antonio gets back home late and Maria is angry. But Maria becomes happy when she hears the good news that Antonio is promoted to third grade. Antonio's uncle Lucas is sick. Petro Luna arrives and asks Ultima's help. Ultima agrees to go with him. She says that Antonio must go with her. Antonio's parents agree to send Antonio. Petro tells the story behind Luca's illness. That is, Luca enters into a cottonwood forest at night. There he sees Tenorio Trementina's daughters dancing as fireballs and casting evil spells, performing the Black Mass. Black Mass is satanic ritual. Lucas moves forward to get more details. They attack him and Lucas escapes from the place. Since then, he has driven to illness. That is the story behind Lucas' illness. After hearing this story, Ultima says that she is going to meet Tenorio and ask Antonio to accompany her. They enter Tenorio's saloon. Tenorio looks like dark and cruel. He calls Ultima's witch and crosses his fingers to ward her off. Ultima says that she is a curandera come to untie his evil works. Ultima asks his daughters to undo their curse, but Tenorio says that Ultima is lying about his daughters. Ultima says that she knows that his daughters cut Lucas' hair to do evil works. Tenorio threatens Ultima but covers before her time. Ultima says that his daughters must suffer the consequence. Ultima and Antonio leave the place. Ultima prepares herbal remedy for Lucas and Ultima feeds the medicine to Lucas. Antonio says he is not afraid and Ultima replies that it is because good is stronger than evil. After some time, Ultima says Antonio that they have defeated the death spirit, but the evil spirit still remains. Now Ultima makes 3 clay dolls in the shape of women. Then he chants spell and hold each doll to Lucas' mouth and Lucas breathes on the dolls. Ultima sticks 1 pin on each doll and put them aside. Ultima feeds Lucas some potion. Meantime, Antonio falls asleep. When Antonio wakes up, Antonio sees that Lucas is sleeping peacefully and breathing evenly. Lucas wakes up and starts screaming. Then Lucas vomits a ball of hair that Tenorio's daughters uses to curse him. Lucas feels better and he is hungry. Ultima informs Prudencio that his son has survived. Ultima asks Petro Luna to drive her to the grove where the witches danced. When they reached the place, she took the ball of hair and other items and walked into the grove. Then Ultima burns it. Then Ultima returns and Petro drive them home. Now Antonio returned back to Guadalupe. Antonio is fishing in the river and he meets Sico there. Sico offers to show him the golden carp if he swears that he will never kill a carp. They head off and passes Narcisso's garden. Antonio is amazed by the magical place and they eat carrots. They met a gang of town boys there. The boys make fun of Ultima. At last the boys let them go and Antonio and Sico runs away. At last they reach a hidden large pot. They wait for the golden cup. Sico points a place and says that the cup will emerge from there. Finally the golden cup appears. It looks bigger than Antonio and it is covered with golden scales. Both boys put their feet in the water as the golden cap watches them and then swims close to them. Sigurd talks more about the power of river and the golden cap's prophecy. Sigurd says that once the land is beneath the sea and it is belonged to the fish. Sigurd again says that one day the fish will return to rule it once more if the people do more sins and the land will be collapsed and the town will be swallowed by the lake. and the fish will rule the place once again. When Antonio came back to home, Antonio shares these things to Ultima. Ultima smiles when she hears the story and says that Antonio must find his own truth as he grows into manhood. And that night Antonio sees dream. He first dreams about the clash between Christianity and the beliefs of the Golden Caps, and then about his tension between his Luna family and his Maris family. At the end of the dream, Ultima appears and explains about his dream. She promises Antonio that he contains both families' elements, and Ultima's words make him happy. So here ends the first part. See you again in the next part of the novel. Bless me, Ultima. Thank you.